Trips to Paris, I civilize every savage. Give me one shot, I turn tripe life to
Don't y'all know my new microphone broke? I gotta send it back. Got a warranty though, so that's what's up. The press conference is starting soon. Exactly when, I don't know. I gotta fix the color on this chat. I don't like it. I'm gonna leave it like that for now though. What's up with y'all? I don't even know where to start. There's a lot of shit going on though. I do say that. I can't admit that. It's a lot of shit going on. I am gonna be at the fight. Ain't that crazy? They finally letting TstreeT in the building. You know, they've been trying to silence me and shit. But they couldn't do it for too damn long. They couldn't do it for too long. Shit. Let me see if I can fix this. Let's invert this. Let's do it like let's do that. And then that. Looks much better. A little bit. Still all fucked up. What's been up with y'all? Press conference starting soon. What? What's going on with the chat? Oh man. Hold up. It's always something. Don't y'all know it's always something? Let me do it this way. Can I do it this way without fucking nothing up? Hold up. I'm trying to fix some shit for y'all. Hold up. Give me a minute. I'm trying to fix some shit for y'all. It's always some shit. Can I do it this way? You see what I do for you people? You people? Hold on. Hold on. I'm doing some stuff in the background. Give me a minute. Y'all better get off my back. So all I ask is for y'all to get off my damn back. I go through a lot for you people. The press conference is starting soon. That's it up on the screen. It's always a delay with these damn things. All right, I think I fixed it. Let's see. Yeah, I can rock with that. All right, so what we talking about today? So I'm going to be at the fight. I'm getting out there early. I'm going to be out there early. Usually I'm known for being late to boxing events. But if I'm late, I'm going to miss my motherfucking train. And it's be expensive. Well, I have missed trains before. But I'm going to be out there early. You know? So I got a long weekend ahead of me. So we're going to chill. We're going to talk about everything during this stream after the press conference. After the press conference. Then I'm going to upload all that shit to the channel. My podcast is starting this month. I'm finalizing my artwork and who is going to be my first guest. So I got to do some test runs. My microphone broke, so I'm sending that off. I'm shipping that off tomorrow to get it fixed via the warranty. So yeah, man, that shit gonna be alright. Well, yeah. Well, these things are normally late. A press conference, if they say it start at 1 o'clock, that shit might not start until 1:30. All right, never like I've rarely seen a press conference start exactly. How about a live stream at MSG? We'll see. But I'm exhausted. You know, working on this podcast and doing all this stuff, man. Like I'm trying to make a big leap from July to October. I lost a lot of momentum with that YouTube suspension. A lot of momentum. Like 3 months. More than 3 months. It was like 94 days or some shit. You know, so lost a lot of momentum. So now I got to pick that back up. And it's so many fights. So I've been able to do the same numbers, just mainly working on the weekends covering fights, than doing videos on the week. But I'm fixing this. What I've been doing during the week is, you know, building up the brand, man. It's always some things behind the scenes that has to be done. It's always shit. People just think that, you know, you can just like get on here and do videos. It's not that easy, man. Got a website, got a team, you know. It's rough out here. I'll be tired. So what time is it? 1:14. Press conference can pop on any minute now. Let's go see what they're doing over on the Sky page. I am pissed about my microphone though. So it turns out it's a major problem. Like all of the no, they're not live yet either. oh, let's go check out the zone. Like a lot of people have those issues with that microphone. Like my USB, the little port broke, and it's only been like 2 weeks. So they didn't give me no shit. I sent the email and they just, like approved. Oh yeah, we can watch AK and Barack.
A little bit more and be a little bit busier.
What's
so,
this?
That's
This is
the
live.
strategy we're working on over the next couple of weeks.
Today, like my first boxing session, I could just feel all the like.
Wait, this might be 40 days. Is this 40 days? I haven't seen 40 days. We can't watch 40 days. Is this 40 days? Oh, you know what? I don't like. Let's start here. I'm doing videos.
He's looked fantastic. How much momentum is he carrying this Saturday?
And that was a majority decision in the champion's hometown. So it could have easily been a win for Reed. So that's nothing for him. I mean, that's a championship fight and came up short in a short decision. So
I have a yearning to cover other shit.
For him to come into this fight and take care of business. He already had an opportunity at the title. He's getting another.
Oh, here we go.
Anthony Joshua. The unified heavyweight champion of the world is back in town, but it isn't the big smoke this time. It's
Look at all that media. I didn't want to be there. Thank God.
New York, Madison Square Garden on Saturday night is the host venue.
So we're gonna talk, man.
And crikey, Darren Barker is a venue.
That's Chris Lloyd, Darren Barker. Remember him? Motherfucking Dave Allen. They always be on some weird shit, man. But we're going to talk about everything after the press conference because I got to use this stream. I'm going to chop this stream up and use it as videos on the main channel. So we're going to cover a host of topics after this. After the press conference is over. I ain't got nowhere to be. So we're going to be here for a nice little minute. And also, I got to get this channel off the ground. Game of Thrones ending, man. Don't get me started on that shit, man. But yeah, that's the type of shit we're going to be doing on this channel. Like, I've made my decision that TstreeT controversy, that channel is going to be boxing and mixed martial arts. This channel is going to be for my streams and anything else I want to cover. But however, I still do need a burner channel, though. This can't be a burner channel, unfortunately, anymore because it's close to monetization. So it would be stupid for me to use this as a burner channel when literally this channel can make money now. So I still got to get another burner channel. Meaning a throwaway channel or a channel where I can just bullshit around on. Of course I'm going with the Warriors. If Coyle get them one, if he get them one game, then that's a win for me, for them, for Toronto. And I fucking can't. This is TstreeT After Dark. This is just a different name. This is TstreeT. Oh, make another TstreeT After Dark. Yeah, I got to make another burner channel. Like my channels have become very, very profitable and like marketable, especially the main channel with the post-fight videos. So I can't bullshit on that channel. And on here as well, we're close to like me doing videos on here and making money. And I've always wanted a place where I can do my uncut videos without alienating. So I've made the decision that I'm going to do it here. I hope they talk some shit, man. I want to see them talking some shit at this press conference. This is the first face-off that they're having. They're doing this for a reason. Like build-up. Is that Lou DiBella up there? Man, listen. This whole AJ Wilder shit, it's bananas. It's disturbing. It pisses me off, and I don't find any joy talking about it. People want me to pick sides so bad. It's like, yo, I don't really, like, I just want to see the motherfuckers fight. Me, personally, I can never understand how a man can turn down $100 million, for a company people say is failing. Get that bread. Get that guaranteed bag. But at the same time, it's just like, it's a headache, man. It's a headache. No, I didn't watch the Ju fight. It's the only 100 and what champion is that? What champion is he again? 118? No, he's not 118. He's a WBA what? 126, 122? Some shit? I forgot. Is AJ Wilder becoming worse than Floyd Manny? Put it this way, the Floyd Manny thing was it was abnormal, but this for a fight that can be made, and it's not like, yo, like this is bad to me. It's real bad. It's bad to me. It's ugly. It makes me sick. We just be wanting to see the fights, man. We don't have time to go through this bullshit. Fucking back and forth. Whose fault is this? Every fucking motherfucking breaking news, fucking videos on YouTube. Wilder said this. Oh, AJ said this. Oh, I'm motherfucker, man. I don't care about. I just want to see the fight. Like, it's like, you know, like people want me to be like a panderer, and people want me to do videos every day talking about like, oh, it's Wilder's fault. Oh, it's Joshua's fault. I know I can make a whole bunch of money off of that shit, man, but I don't like doing that shit. I don't want to do Wilder and Joshua videos every day. It's fucking with me now that I got to do Wilder Joshua videos because it's Joshua week. It's Joshua fucking Ruiz week. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? And then Wilder announces fucking the Luis Ortiz rematch, and it's going to be on pay-per-view? Pay-per-view? I can't. What the fuck? My job is to fucking sell the fights. I can't fucking tell you, the people whose voices must be heard, that y'all should fucking buy the pay-per-view. How am I supposed to tell people? Oh yeah, buy that shit on pay-per-view. Like, what the fuck? And they're gonna try to throw Leo Santa Cruz for those Mexican pay-per-view buys on there, or fucking Adrian Broner for them urban hip-hop buys. Man, they make my job difficult. My job is difficult to promote these shits. And then you got to do it honestly without sucking dick like these media members. It makes me sick. And I be looking like, yo, what the fuck, man? You know? I don't like talking about it. It makes me sick. It makes me sick. My bad, Chris Lloyd and Darren. I wanted to meet these cats. I'm going to meet these cats on Saturday.
At some point this year, hopefully against Tacker. Because he's moved up, the WBO rules state that he will be the mandatory for the WBO. So when that is called, potentially at Christmas, we could see Andy Joshua and Alexander Usyk, which wouldn't be a bad fight, Darren.
No, I would love to see it. I mean, he's a phenomenon, isn't he? He's incredible. Him and his best mate Lomachenko have really taken the boxing world by storm. It's amazing what they're able to do. You just got to see it on the dance floor. It's just an incredible move.
And Keith Thurman needs to shut the fuck up.
So well is a bit of a nightmare for Andy Joshua, but it's a great addition. I can't wait to see him. I hope the fight with Takam does get.
He's a motherfucker. That's what he is.
Yeah, I mean,
he's on my shit list.
So, you know, Saturday night's all about Andy Joshua.
Keith Thurman, you're on my shit list.
About him breaking into America. I see him getting past Ruiz. I think he could go through some tricky periods. Maybe frustrated early on, but
you're on my shit list, Keith Thurman.
And setting up some big fights. Not the fights that we want to see, but when you mention the likes of Usyk, I mean, that's mouth-watering to me.
He's on my shit list, Keith Thurman.
But he's a nice guy, but he's got the scary eyes and he knows what he's about.
I'll keep my distance.
I was just thinking about the kind of potentially problematic things associated with late notice opponents. We saw it with one example, Callum Smith, who's on the undercard on Saturday night against Nicky Holmes.
I don't know what the fuck is up with Wilder anymore, man.
Jürgen Bremer stylistically prepared for Jürgen Bremer, and then out of the blue, a kind of an unknown quantity in Nicky Holmes.
People are pissed at that announcement.
Was a sort of safety first approach from Callum Smith.
Yo, people not feeling Wilder Ortiz. Yo, did you read the comments on like, yo, people are pissed. Read the comments on everything. People are going in like, you motherfucker. Like, it's all these ducks everywhere. Like, this is like getting up there to the Danny Garcia, Mauricio Herrera, like cherry shit. It's ducks everywhere. Like, for real. Like, people are pissed the fuck off. I'm kind of pissed. Because I'm like, come on, man. What the fuck, Wilder, man? Like, I mean, yeah, it's going to be a good fight. And yeah, Wilder could lose to, you know, but it's like, man, what the fuck? You know? What the fuck? Like, it all makes me sick. You know? It make me just want to throw up. Like, I get sick sometimes thinking about some of these fights. And I be like, man, I got to do a motherfucking video on this shit, man. What the fuck, man? Sick of these niggas, man. Making me sick to my fucking stomach. Motherfuckers turning down all this money, motherfuckers network deals, and you know, thank you Al Heyman all over the place. I'm sick to my fucking stomach. We all know what they're doing. Wilder said on Twitter he wants to clear any doubt. No, that's the selling point. That's the selling point right there. Well, the first fight was controversial, and if he didn't knock him out, he would have probably lost in the cards. Don't fall for that shit. That's the selling point, man. That's the price point, man. Come on now. And Ortiz, they got. Listen, we're gonna talk about this after the press conference. We gotta talk about this in detail after the press conference. Cause I'm getting sick to my stomach.
Good supporting card.
Oh, and guess what? I know they're probably gonna try to deny his credentials too, but guess what? TstreeT got some shit up his sleeve. It's motherfucking 2020, motherfuckers. You think I'm gonna be going through that shit in fucking 2021? No way. No way. Hey, you leave Veronica alone. Well, not Veronica. My God. Split her open. Whatever, man. I don't like, I like David Allen, but he be too touchy-feely with Darren Barker. That should be weird. And I get, do you know over in like the UK, they weird like that? Like with that touchy-feely stuff? And like, they'll take like a picture with like they balls on somebody's face and be like, ha ha ha, this is a funny joke. Like over here, you get killed for some shit like that, man. They real like, it's real laxed over there with their sexual humor. That shit ain't cool. That shit is not, it's not very civil. Oh, I thought that camera dude in the back was Lou DiBella. Free speech. If she wants to fucking, what is it? It's her right to choose what she does with her vagina. Even though we all think that's a dude, that's a nigga. Veronica, you a nigga. Fuck out of here. That love BBCs and wants to be split open.
And what she's done as a professional doesn't like. And this is only the start. She wants more and more glory.
Daddy.
It's just interesting to see what she does after this, if she does get past Persoon. What next?
Absolutely. Maybe some legacy fights, but we'll have to talk about that when the time comes. Good luck to Katie.
What is up with this font in the chat?
The other world title fight, Callum Smith, the newly crowned, well, I say newly crowned, in his last fight. It's been 7 or 8 months since he's been in the ring, that big win over George Groves.
There we go.
He's taken over the mantle now.
It probably is. The barge.
Stylistically brilliant boxer. He's had the potential to do this all along. He really showed his potential in the Super Series last year.
Of course he did. I mean, I knew from early.
What if it really is a chick, though?
And those around the British boxing, the amateur scene knew how good he was and knew he would take to.
Look at Eddie Fast Car, making sure everything's right.
Brought along the perfect pace for me. It's been great management, great training.
Make sure everything right.
We see him now reigning as number one.
Oh wait, they got Sam Watson. I see a Sam Watson.
For this fight against N'Dam.
Justified?
Joint.
Because of
Al Heyman there.
Okay. N'Dam moving up from middleweight, lost to the best at middleweight. Now moving up fighting the best super-middleweight.
Yeah, Ernie with her is not too bad.
It's a tough fight to get extremely excited about. But let's just get excited about how good Callum Smith is. Let's see Callum Smith.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Which I think he will within 6 rounds. And then move on to something big. Because the names that are getting knocked about Callum Smith are huge. Canelo, Golovkin, and even that big domestic dust up against Billy Joe Saunders. Get business done, and then we can sort of look forward to these huge.
Yo, smash that like button.
I think it's certainly worth
all 21 of you.
Remembering that this isn't necessarily so much about 50-50 fights. This is a showcase for a lot of fighters.
I don't want to stream on the main channel. I have my reasons. Okay? You just have to trust in me. You have to believe. I have my reasons. Trust me.
Go as far as to say in the UK market, as far as boxing fans are concerned, but probably at this stage,
I have my reasons.
Hardcore fans. These are guys that people in the US will go, I'm not sure who that is, and I want to see what they've got to offer.
Yeah, they're great fighters.
Wait till that podcast drop.
It's the opportunity now for them to go over to the States.
It's the key to the future.
Go and enjoy it. They can have that one fight, show off if you like.
Everywhere I go, the people are asking about it.
It's about getting them matched up with quality opponents, you know, putting them in there with the best. Because I honestly, I think that the lads that are on this show are special. You know, Boatsy and Kelly, we've seen how good they are. They're not far from being slung in there with some big dogs. I think, you know, they're that talented, and it won't be long before some of the fans are going to get really frustrated. They're going to want to see them in there with the best guys. But, you know, people have got to be patient. And I think I know how good they are, and I know how good they will go on to be. But let's just enjoy Saturday night and enjoy their talent.
Yeah, amen to that. I'm going to push you for a prediction on the main event, Darren. Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz. How do you see it playing out?
Like I say, I think Ruiz could cause some problems early on. I think he could, you know, with his hand speed, his foot movement. But I think Andy Joshua later. I think mid to late rounds.
He's got a...
Ruiz is Mexican. He can't take a dive. They'll fucking lynch him and cut his dick off, shove it in his mouth. That ain't no joke. He can't take no dive.
And also Usyk later on in the year.
For me, because Usyk is being mentioned so much, it's tough for Usyk because he hasn't fought a heavyweight yet, has he? So it's hard to mention his name as a potential next opponent. But it's the fight I would like to see, if I'm honest. Pulev's another dangerous fighter, but he's 38 now. I'd like to see him in with a younger, fresher guy, and Usyk, for me, ticks all the boxes.
And presumably, the longer Usyk goes on at heavyweight, if he makes the kind of progression that we saw him make under 200 pounds, he could be more dangerous as time goes on, and maybe the guys in charge will want to get Anthony with him as early as possible.
I think so, because he's only getting better and better and better, and that seems almost impossible, because he's so great already. But yeah, he's a nightmare out there for any of the heavyweights because of how quick he is, and because of his boxing IQ is ridiculous. You know, you don't do what you've done as an amateur and as a professional if you don't have that boxing brain, and he can cause anybody troubles, even though he's smaller.
As a fighter that has fought over in the United States, is there an extra special buzz?
Glad you mentioned that,
from
mate.
those, of course, won the world title in Atlantic City.
Thanks,
still
mate.
a great memory still a great memory as a fan. I loved it. I tell you what, just getting in my ear, we're going to go live in 30 seconds to Michael Buffer, but just a quick word on what the US experience is like as a fighter.
Oh, brilliant. I mean, every young lad dreams of fighting in America. You know, it's a tug of war who has the label as the Mecca of boxing, but for me it was always a dream, and I'm sure it's a dream of Anthony Joshua's, and it'll be buzzing Saturday night.
And to have your hand raised as the champion of the world.
Fantastic. I'm glad it was in the States. Like I say, when I played it out as a kid, my dream world title scenario, it was winning it in America. So
Darren, pleasure to speak to you as always. We'll be back tomorrow for the weigh-in. We're going to hand over in a moment's time for our MC of the afternoon, Michael Buffer, to take us through the main event press conference between Anthony Joshua and the challenger on Saturday night, Andy Ruiz.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to the Beacon Theater here in New York City, New York, USA. As we prepare for a big night of boxing on Saturday at the Mecca of sports and entertainment, the Mecca of boxing, Madison Square Garden, New York City. Let's meet challenger and champion at this time.
Speak of Eddie.
Because on Saturday night, these two gentlemen
always got to be
for the greatest title in sports, the heavyweight championship of the world.
So coming to us first, entering the room, his professional record stands at 32 victories, 21 big wins by knockout, only one defeat. That was 3 years ago, and it was a split decision loss. He comes to us from Imperial Valley, California. Here is the challenger, Andy, the Destroyer Ruiz Jr.
So Twilight.
Captured Olympic gold, and now as a professional, a perfect record. 22 victories, 21 wins by
Why are they always trying to copyright me?
all in 22 fights. It's perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, from London, England, the reigning, defending heavyweight champion of the world, AJ Anthony
Twilight didn't get enough blood last night. So he gonna come out to the same GGG? Really? That's not cool because Golovkin coming out to that next week. Why would they do that? What are they thinking? Why would they do that? That is Golovkin's music.
Challenger and champion.
Oh shit, that height is crazy. Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay, all right. Joshua fight a little low though, but okay. These little guys, oh shit, and he don't even look. Joshua don't fight really tall anyway. Look how low he was for Povetkin.
AJ will stay here for a second. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to bring to the center of the stage the president of the World Boxing Organization with a very special presentation of the WBO Super Heavyweight Championship belt presented to the Unified Champions. President Francisco Carcel.
That's bullshit because I think they gave Manny that belt or tried to give it to Timothy Bradley. I forgot. These sanctioned and body presidents piss me off.
All right.
Sanctioning fee grabbers. They make me mad. Twilight didn't get enough blood last night.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the greatest title in sports.
He looking sickly.
Champion of the world. And the
no, let me leave Twilight alone.
And the Mecca of boxing, Madison Square Garden, New York City.
I gotta leave New York on Sunday night.
Brings back memories of names like Rocky Marciano, Floyd Patterson, Joe Louis, Lennox Lewis, Mike Tyson, Joe Frazier, Muhammad Ali. There's nothing like a night of boxing at Madison Square Garden when it involves the heavyweight world championship. So at this time, here to tell you more about what's coming up on Saturday night and what to expect, let me turn it over to the man who runs Matchroom Boxing, Mr. Eddie Hearn.
Thank you very much, Michael, and thank you to all the media and guests that have turned out today. It's another incredible turnout as we really hype things up and turn things up for a huge night of boxing on Saturday at the Mecca of boxing, Madison Square Garden. I think that sometimes as a team and as a promoter you have to pinch yourself whenever you're at Madison Square Garden. We've been lucky enough to stage 2 World Championship events at the theatre, but for Matchroom Boxing we make our debut at Madison Square Garden on Saturday as a promotional company, and to do it for the Unified World Heavyweight Championship is an absolute honour, and to do it whilst representing the #1 heavyweight in the world in Anthony Joshua is an honour as well. Some very quick but important thank yous to our sponsors on Saturday night, to our new friends, to the family, to Cartier and Hennessy, welcome, and to StubHub, to JD Sports, to William Hill. It's been a long ride. You guys have been there through the growth of British boxing, and on Saturday night we all get the chance to shine at the Mecca of boxing, so thank you. This fight is broadcast to over 100 countries worldwide, and 2 of our broadcast partners are absolutely integral to not just the growth of boxing in those territories, but the growth of our business and also the support of Anthony Joshua as well. Firstly, Sky Sports, our UK broadcaster. Adam Smith.
Stop hugging those nuts.
Have just been so important to the growth of British boxing over the years. They made a move with us, thankfully, many years ago to make them their exclusive promoter on the network, and it's seen the rise of British boxing grow and grow, filling out arenas, making us the true icon of boxing in terms of British boxing from the worldwide sport. To DAZN, our new partner, our exclusive US broadcaster, it's only been 7 or 8 months, but the shockwaves have been completely around this country. A completely new way to digest content. Your $80, your $90, your $100 pay-per-views, a thing of the past, coming off the recent successful Canelo-Jacobs fight on May the 4th at Las Vegas. Now we move on to Joshua Ruiz, Golovkin next week, and so much more to come from this incredible new platform that really is delivering for fans. So thank you very much as well. To Madison Square Garden, again, what a pleasure, what a team. Joel Fisher, Sal Federico, this place just, any fighter will tell you, any fan will tell you, makes the hairs on your arms stand up, gives you a tingly feeling every time you walk in there. We were there in December for Canelo, and now again for the Heavyweight World Championship on June the 1st. To the American fans, thank you very much for embracing not just us, but more importantly, Anthony Joshua. This week it's been incredible, and part of the development of Anthony Joshua as a fighter and as a brand, of course, is to take him worldwide, keep growing that incredible profile around the world. To the UK fans, incredible. More than 8,000 of you in the Garden on Saturday night. We know it costs a lot of money, but your support and the atmosphere you will create in this special arena on Saturday night is going to be something I hope you never forget. And we won't forget that support that you've shown to Anthony Joshua and the entire card. And when you talk about the card, we wanted to make sure that we invested in the card to give unbelievable value for money on Saturday night, to give our young stars the chance to have, in some cases, career-defining fights. In others, a chance to be on an incredible platform. Katie Taylor going for the undisputed lightweight world title at the Garden on Saturday night. Ireland's potentially, or possibly, I believe so, Ireland's greatest ever athlete. Joshua Buatsi, bronze medal Olympian, getting the chance to shine at the Garden. Josh Kelly in a huge step up. And also Callum Smith, the #1 super middleweight in the world, gets a chance to make his first defence on such an incredible stage. Tommy Coyle from Hull gets the chance to fight former world champion Chris Algieri, and our young stars Diego Pacheco, Amo Williams. What an opportunity for them as well. This is a massive moment for everybody involved, and we thank you for the support that you've been giving us. We're here, of course, for the main event press conference. We were here a couple of months ago, feels like yesterday, when another heavyweight decided to give Anthony Joshua a shove on the stage in front of you. He talked the talk, he couldn't help himself. He couldn't bring himself to try and genuinely and honestly beat the unified heavyweight champion of the world. Once the three positive drug tests came in, we searched for a new opponent. I wasn't under any instructions. It was whoever you want. Someone sent me a direct message on Instagram. I'm fighting Saturday. Give me this fight. I will fight harder than any of the names you've mentioned, and I will give you a better fight, and I will beat Anthony Joshua. Okay, that got my attention. We had a look. We saw him deal with and stop Alexander Dimitrenko on Fox at the StubHub Centre, and the discussions continued. And I found a man that, of course, you know, with TGB and PBC, the deal was important, but who had a burning desire to create history, create a legacy, and become the first ever Mexican world heavyweight champion. And I have to say, from this side of the table, we respect Andy Ruiz for stepping up and taking the opportunity, and we know that we're in for one hell of a fight on Saturday night. On this side of the table, we couldn't be more proud. A young man who turned his life around through the sport of boxing, who had a very, very brief amateur career that had a silver in the World Championships and, of course, gold in London 2012, became a national hero. Started his career, the expectation was high, boxed all over the country, filling arenas, Liverpool, London, Glasgow, Newcastle, everywhere. Before, of course, the defining night when he won the world heavyweight title against Charles Martin. From there, quick defences against Dominic Brazil in just his 17th fight, 18th fight against Eric Molina, a 19th fight, still so raw, with less than 60 career fights, decided to unify the World Heavyweight Championship against Vladimir Klitschko at Wembley Stadium in front of 90,000 people. What a night. We will never, ever forget. From there, Carlos Takam, 80,000 people at Millennium Stadium. Back to Cardiff again, to unify the heavyweight world championship again against Joseph Parker. Then Povetkin, 80,000 at Wembley again. And now we've decided to take the trip to America. And when he walks out on Saturday night, we will all be very, very proud of what this young man has achieved. And in a world where we need role models, we need ambassadors, we need people to really drive and influence the next generation, he stands.
That's that bottle they scored at Ness with.
Continues to set the standard, in my opinion, in the world of boxing. So well done to both of you. We expect a fantastic night and great fight on Saturday night. Now we're going to get people up to say a few words. I'm going to start again.
Twilight.
An unbelievable partnership. When we heard
I bet you it's Twilight.
We got together. We stayed positive. We found the right guy. And we expect a complete sellout at the Garden on Saturday night. Ladies and gentlemen, from Madison Square Garden, South Federico.
Well, I don't know this guy. I don't know this young man.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to New York's historic Beacon Theater. Everyone at Madison Square Garden couldn't be more excited for Saturday night. There's nothing better than the heavyweight championship of the world at the Mecca of boxing, Madison Square Garden. I want to welcome Anthony and Team Joshua back to New York. It's been great working with the team during this promotion. Everyone from AJ, Freddie, Andy, Neil, the entire team has been tremendous to work with. I'd like to officially welcome Andy to New York and to Madison Square Garden. We've been big fans for a long time, and we know you're here to fight, and you're going to put on an incredible show on Saturday night. As you know, the Garden has a long and distinguished history with boxing dating back to 1882 and the great John L. Sullivan. Since then, the who's who of heavyweights have stepped into the Garden's famed boxing ring. From Jack Dempsey, Mac Spare, Joe Louis, Rocky Marciano.
Why is this guy so nervous? Get him out of here.
Evander Holyfield, George Foreman, Joe Frazier, Mike Tyson, and of course the greatest of all time, Muhammad Ali.
I want to hear from Twilight.
Who fought at the Garden. AJ and Andy will have the rare opportunity to walk into the footsteps.
I want to hear from Twilight.
These legendary fighters when they enter the Garden on Saturday night. We know this is something fighters dream about. Fighting at the
AJ don't blink no more.
It's something we do not take lightly. These guys get to live their dream on Saturday night, and we couldn't be more excited for them. We're expecting a great crowd of championship boxing with the huge contingent of UK fans, and Eddie, I for one look forward to hearing Sweet Caroline sung properly in New York. It's going to be an electric atmosphere and a thrilling fight. Limited tickets can still be purchased at the MSG box office or through Ticketmaster.com, and I encourage you to act quickly because we
Boo! Get off the stage! Madison Square Garden, man.
Of course, I'd like to thank Eddie, Frank, and the incredible staff at Matchroom, Sean, Kevin, Josh.
You better thank the people.
And Ross for putting this event together and bringing it to the great fans of New York and the United States.
The people.
Matchroom has been a great partner throughout the promotion, and we look forward to many, many more events with them in the future. Also like to thank John Skipper, Joe Markovsky, and everyone at DAZN. They've been great to work with, and if you can't join us in person on Saturday, make sure you tune into DAZN. Also, always love having our friends from Sky Sports in New York as well. I look forward to an incredible event, and we look forward to seeing you guys all on Saturday night.
Boo! Boo! You son of a bitch! Boo!
Thank you, Sal. As we know, the WBA, the WBO, the IBF, and the IBO World Championships on the line on Saturday night. I'm delighted to have the presidents from the WBA and the WBO here with us.
Please don't bring up all them motherfuckers.
And Paco Valcazar as well. For the WBA, it's a huge night. Katie Taylor defending her WBA title, Callum Smith defending his WBA World title, Josh Kelly, and also Joshua Buatsi defending their WBA title as well. So I'd like to welcome up to say a few words the president of the WBA, Gilberto Mendoza.
Don't you know I don't... Oh! Oh! I'm going to the fight!
Thank you. Thank you, Eddie. Good afternoon.
I might be able to talk to this guy.
Here for this important fight. I have a saying regarding this fight. I was born in the boxing business. boxing is in my blood.
We're gonna get him.
And having the English fans coming to the Madison Square Garden, such a legendary venue, bringing that Neil Diamond
gonna get him.
with Carolina, we're going to listen to it. That's the best atmosphere any fan can get.
We're gonna have to talk.
We have great wet fighters in the ring.
I ain't scared.
We have, for me, the best heavyweight in the world. He only
We should find him.
one more belt to certify. And we also have a great contender. Andy Ruiz will come here to show his aggressiveness, his relentlessness, and I do believe he's going to be a great underdog.
We're gonna get him.
And as far as organizations, working together is one of the main things. Paco Valcarza, who is basically one of my tutors in this boxing business.
Oh, so they're in cahoots.
Trying to make the best fight for the fans. That's what we're here for. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gilberto. And over to a belt that I know Anthony has a new version of now, the one he took off Joseph Parker, and actually one that Andy Ruiz thinks he should own as well by now. The president of the WBO, Paco Valcarza.
This guy and Austin Trout got a lawsuit for a whole bunch of money.
Thank you, Eddie. It's a real pleasure to be
And he
here.
in cahoots
Just to watch
with Bob Arum and Frank Warren.
great fight between a guy who was very close to be a world champion, Andy Ruiz, a Mexican warrior.
Oh, my bad. Just
One
that
of
was
the
just a
best
that's just a
heavyweights I haven't
test.
seen in my life, Mr. Joshua.
That's just a
Anthony
test.
Joshua. What
Hold on.
people have to ask, why this guy
That's just a test.
having 80, 100,000 fans every time he fights? It's something that amazing. I haven't seen something like that in all my life, in almost 40 years in boxing. I invite everybody to come to Madison Square Garden just to see a great fight.
I want that haircut.
And, it's a real pleasure to be
Like
here.
where it's like peach fuzz up there. I got something like that going on.
Thank you, gentlemen. We're going to hear from, I guess, our two host broadcasters. if you
Mostly.
like. And firstly, from Adam Smith at Sky Sports. These guys have been so supportive of us.
Man, where's
in British
Twilight?
boxing. And I think it's really important to say, although British boxing now is hotter than it's ever been, there was a time when it wasn't. There was a time where we were in the leisure centres with 800 people in half-empty leisure centres, poor fights, and with Sky
Oh,
Sports
Trout
support,
and the WBO got some major beef. Did you notice that the WBO, Al Heyman fighters are not ranked by the WBO?
the sport of boxing, and we won't forget that.
Yeah, there's
And
beef,
now
man.
we're in a position as complete market leader for fight sports in the UK.
Ruiz getting a lot of money.
For Sky Sports, I'd like to welcome up Adam Smith.
I don't know exactly how much, but it's career high shit. And he getting money from overseas buys. So he's getting money from the zone.
Thanks, Eddie. Yeah, there have been ups and downs over the 30 years that Sky have been committed to boxing, but I think it all changed in 2012 when this man struck Olympic gold in London. Eddie became our exclusive partners at Matchroom. We have a fantastic...
Nah, he ain't getting no 5 mil.
And
that's what
signed with us.
that's what Miller was getting, right? You think he at least getting 3 mil? Yeah, poor Big Baby Miller. That's fucked up.
David Hay, Carl Froch, so many others over the years. But Anthony brings something different to the table. He brings huge charisma.
That's fucked
real
up.
likability factor. Obviously, a terrific talent inside.
But he
the
did
ring
it to
as well.
himself.
A man that can sell out 90,000 at Wembley or at the Principality. It's extraordinary, and it's a pleasure being with him on
3 different drugs?
alongside his
Needles? He was
team.
taking
It's
needles.
also been really good getting
I don't
to
like
Andy
needles, man.
Ruiz's, team. Andy's a lovely guy. Good
I had to
friend,
get
and,
needles
he's taken
in my
this,
stomach
5.5,
every
6 weeks
day.
notice after the,
I had
the
to get
terrible
multiple needles a day when I was in the
news about
hospital.
Miller. And that's great. You know, he wants to be the
Every
first
day
Mexican
for
heavyweight champion of
fucking
all time.
50
We've
days
had some
straight.
great
Imagine getting
Mexican
needles
fighters who've
multiple
shown,
times a day.
over the years at Sky,
In your
mostly the
stomach,
local
in
ones,
your ass,
Morales and Barrera
your
and
arms.
Manuel Marquez, and
His
he wants to be
fucking
the first heavyweight
shit's crazy.
champion. I know he's going to give it absolutely everything. He's got a terrific trainer in Manny Robles.
Taking those
someone that
needles.
Anthony knows well, but Anthony's got his own man in Rob McCracken, and I'm sure they'll have everything ready for Saturday night. I hope you're
You don't want
enjoying
needles in your
everything
ass.
on Sky Sports, SkySports.com, and Sky Sports News in the build-up.
You're in for a
I'd like to
bad
thank as well my
time.
colleagues at the Zone, Joe and Simon Denyer and Matt
Bad
Miller,
time.
everybody there who are a pleasure to work alongside. Bring on Saturday night. There's nothing like a fight in the garden. It takes you back to Kevin Kelly, the Flushing Flash, trying to take.
They be saying some
the
crazy
Prince,
ass
that
shit about
7-9
Adam Smith on the internet. Y'all be
Let's hope
seeing
we
that
get
shit?
another fight
They be
and night
saying?
like that. Thanks.
about Adam Smith. I'll be like, you people are some sons of bitches, man.
Thanks, Adam. And again, going into the US markets, it's a major night again for DAZN on Saturday. As I said, we saw the great fight between Jacobs and Canelo.
People ain't shit, man. People ain't shit.
World Championship on DAZN. And again, in a period of around 8 months, you look at the talent.
Oh yeah, them needles saved my life, but what the fuck?
Platform, of course, the two biggest stars in boxing today, Anthony Joshua and Canelo Alvarez, Triple G, Danny Jacobs, Demetrius Andrade, Maurice Hooker, Tevin Farmer, Saul Rungvisai. I mean, the list goes on, and it's only the beginning for this incredible platform that really is one that fans should truly embrace. I'm going to bring up now the MVP, as I call him, Joe Markowski.
Oh, Twilight! That's Twilight. Look at him. He didn't get his blood last night.
Thank you, Eddie. And yet again, you've stolen most of my lines, so I'll try and keep this brief. Thank you, first of all, to the media in attendance.
You think he got his blood?
Many thousands of miles across the Atlantic. We really appreciate the support. I think it speaks to the significance of Saturday's event that so many of you have made the journey. Thanks to Sal and Joel and the team.
No, you're not. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all niggas is tripping.
Great partners working with MSG as always. And it's actually the first event in a 3-week residency for DAZN at MSG, so we're starting to
Twilight hair never moved.
Giving him for a run for his money.
It's been like that for like 400 years.
AJ was there for the start of our American journey back in September. We're very proud to be here at the start of his as the exclusive broadcaster of a dangerous fight against a highly motivated Andy Ruiz, not just here in the United States.
He got turned when he was 26.
Markets, a growing number of markets
back in 1482
across 4 continents. Since AJ made that debut,
he has since always been 26.
It's fair to say that a lot has changed in boxing. DAZN now
Twilight.
has 6 of the top 10 pound-for-pound boxers signed to our platform, and many of those are amongst the biggest draws in the sport, of course. Canelo Alvarez, Gennady Golovkin, and of course AJ himself. We're also proud to say that we feature some of the world's top...
Because he didn't get a chance to feed last night, because he had paperwork and shit for the fight. So he's like kind of off, because his powers of walking in the day kind of fucked up because he ain't feed.
And at a time when many of the media, many of the fans are focused on how the boxing landscape is fractured across different promoters, different broadcast relationships, we're proud to say that we're working with a growing number of promoters to cut through all of that noise and really deliver for fight fans. Matchroom, Golden Boy, Triple G Promotions, the World Boxing.
You know the motherfuckers be needing their blood every day. They can't just like go one day without their blood.
And that allows us to say very proudly that we have the best schedule in boxing and one that we are continuing to deliver without question at the best possible value for fight fans. But we're not done. We're hard at work behind the scenes, planning the rest of 2019 to build out that schedule, making sure we continue to over-deliver for our subscribers. So we look forward to seeing as many of you as possible at the Garden on Saturday night, and to all of those watching on DAZN, we look forward to seeing you too. Best of luck to both the fighters, and thank you very much.
Nah, see what they do is they take like a little dab of like human blood, and they like smear it on their face that they did in Schindler's List to make it look like they got color, but they still pale under that.
Joined live now on Sky Sports News in the UK, of course, live on DAZN as well. We're going to go to the fight teams. Firstly, the trainers. A gentleman to my left who I think we all have a great amount of respect for. Our class as one of the top trainers in the sport of boxing. I was a little bit worried when I found out he was actually training Andy Ruiz, because he had a crack of the whip before with Dominic Brazil. He had Manny Robles in London. He got a chance.
Stop saying whip!
7 rounds with Anthony Joshua up close, and now he has a second chance with his charge Andy Ruiz.
Those damn Hearns, man. They just don't get it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the trainer for Andy
They just
Ruiz,
don't
Manny
get it.
Robles.
Now we're gonna have all these LDBC videos. Look, he's like Ruiz cracking of the whip.
Thank you to the entire
Cracking the whip on Ruiz
here today. I don't have very much to say. All I can tell you is that my boy here, Andy Ruiz, is ready. He's ready for the challenge.
That's it, Eddie. They're gonna get him.
We had a great camp. You know, people think this was a short camp, but in reality, it wasn't. We've been in the gym for pretty much 15 weeks, and we had a tune-up fight in between. So, of course, we got the big call, and you know, we're taking advantage of this great opportunity. Thank you to Anthony Joshua for giving us a chance. The crack of the title, we're going to give you a run for your money, that's for sure. And everyone, we're going to be walking into Sweet Caroline, but we're going to be walking out to México lindo y querido. Esta va para toda la raza. Viva México!
Oh, shit.
Thank you, Manny. A guy that has been with Anthony Joshua from the start, even back in the amateur days, a mentor to Anthony Joshua, an advisor at times, and of course a trainer who has seen him develop from a novice in the amateurs to the unified heavyweight world champion. One of the top, if not the top trainer in the UK right now.
You ever see The Departed? He looked like that dude from the movie Departed. I forgot his name. From the fucking the Leonardo DiCaprio and Jack Nicholson.
Available contender when Miller failed his drugs test. Ruiz for me was the toughest opponent at that stage. I thought we needed somebody that was going to motivate Anthony. There was a couple of names thrown around that I didn't think would have motivated him, and the camp would have become hard. But with Ruiz, he recognises that he's a quality fighter. Technically, he's sound. He has a good coach. He was very close in the Parker fight. He's a world-level fighter. He's a serious contender, and that's what Anthony Joshua is about. He wants to fight the best that's out there. Right now, Andy Ruiz is the best that's out there for this date. That's the challenge. Josh is ready. We went to Miami. It was fantastic. He worked really hard. 4 weeks keeping him locked up. It was brilliant. He got some good work in. He focused. Ruiz is a good fighter, but we feel AJ's a deserving champion, and will go on and produce a fantastic performance in a great fight.
What's it going to do if AJ lose? You're going to cry?
Unify the division. Thank you.
I know Adam Smith probably going to cry.
Thank you, Rob. Again, now we go to the fighters. This man, like I said, reached out for the shot. He got it, and I've been following him on social media for the last 5 or 6 weeks. I've just seen a big smile on his face. A man that has no fear going into this fight at all. The man, as he said, is just going to let his hands go and try and become Mexico's first ever world champion. A win would make him...
Imagine the parade they would throw for him.
Of the sport of boxing. We know he's
Can you imagine?
And he's dangerous. Ladies and gentlemen, the challenger on Saturday night, Andy Ruiz.
First of all, I want to thank God, my team, Al Heyman, Eddie Hearns for making this happen. Been waiting for this all
Thank you, Al Heyman.
Been training so hard since my last fight against Alexander Dimitrenko. I think it came in a perfect.
Thank you, Al Heyman, in the chat.
To fight against Anthony Joshua, and those belts look really shiny, really good, man. And you know, I'm just ready. I'm ready for June 1st. I'm ready to become the first Mexican heavyweight champion of the world. I'm ready to bring those belts back to Mexico. Well, they've never been in Mexico, but they're going to be on June 1st.
You better thank him.
I don't really have nothing bad to say about Anthony.
If you know what's good for you.
He's a champion, and I'm a fan of him. I respect him, but inside of the ring, there's not going to be no respect. There's not going to be no fans, no friends, but all I could tell you is to tune in June 1st at the Madison Square Garden. It's going to be a hell of a fight. I'm going to give it all I got. And we're gonna
PBC definitely for sale.
Viva Mexico!
Viva Mexico! Canelo!
Thank you, Andy. And finally, as we said, an incredible journey to get to this stage. Wembley, the Principality in Cardiff, O2, Manchester Arena, the SECC in Glasgow, in Cardiff. It's been phenomenal. On Saturday, he makes his American debut at the Mecca of boxing. The current reigning unified WBO, WBA, IBF and IBO World Heavyweight Champion, Anthony Joshua.
PBC got a lot of issues. The main thing is their pay policy.
I hope you're well. Thank you for being here. I'm better at doing more question and answers than talking about myself. So I'd like to thank Eddie, Rob, The Zone, Sky Sports, my sponsors who helped me prepare, my team. I've got my amateur coaches there, Sean Murphy, Gary Foley, their wives, you know, my dad there, his wife. My team, Ben, who took me to boxing years ago. It's been a good journey. The sport is tough, no doubt about it, but, you know, dedication, focus, and purpose gives me reason to kind of return to the gym each time. I won this title here, the red one, in my 16th fight. I think I was like 3 years into being a professional. And I just kind of wanted to take these challenges without overlooking Andy or his team at all. Andy knows what it's like to be a fighter when you've got this opportunity in front of you, what can come after. So naturally, we always look past So when I was kind of fighting for that title, I always had my eyes on the next challenge, and the next challenge, hoping to get to the next one. Fighting Andy, for me, is just as dangerous as fighting Deontay Wilder or Tyson Fury, because they both possess their own skills, and it's a banana skin fight for me in both aspects. So I've got to take Andy deadly serious. I don't overlook him at all. I respect him. I respect his whole team. And I really respect the fact that he put his name on the dotted line to take this challenge. No challenge is easy. No matter what the bookmakers say or the odds are telling you, Andy's going to come in here, as we all know, and give me a real good fight, cause problems, and it's down to me as a champion to think smart, box clever, and out-skill, out-strength, and out-muscle Andy Ruiz to get that win. And there's no fight like after the fight. When your hands are raised, your opponent's been defeated, and you're thinking about sitting on a beach or going home to your family and focusing on the next challenge ahead. Right now, I'm only champion till June the 1st, because this is when I have to defend my titles. So I'm currently heavyweight champion of the world. June 1st, I put them up in the air, and they're up for grabs. So may the best man win. I wish you well. Good luck. Manny, good to see you again. And thank you for coming out, and I'll see you all soon. God bless.
Thank you, guys. We're going to go to the floor to questions, so get your questions ready. You're going to have some mics roaming around. Just one other thank you as well to the incredible team at Matchroom Boxing UK, Matchroom Boxing USA. I try and name them all, but I forget some now and again, so I'm just going to say thank you to everybody. You know who you are. This is a big moment.
I'm likely going to be streaming everything on Saturday.
Night, just as much as every fan.
Multiple streams.
In the arena. We're going to go to the floor now for questions. Yes.
There's going to be a lot going on. But we're going to talk about everything after the press conference is over.
TV Boxing Channel. This question is for Anthony Joshua.
Look at all that media.
A SEAL guy who's training you just in case you get knocked out and to overcome that. Can you shed a little light on that? Why you got him engaged? And it seems like you're taking this fight very seriously when you have a guy like a SEAL involved in this. Thank you.
Oh, with the Navy SEAL.
Navy SEAL.
Yes.
No, I'm not going to the weigh-in.
Not an actual SEAL. No.
We'll be streaming the weigh-in.
You know, this sport, anything you're doing, sport is like just the title, discipline, dedication.
I'm not going, though.
Underlies that in anything you do. Let's say you work, promotion, discipline, dedication.
Had to send my mic back.
That's the underlying factor of it also. I've been fighting now as a whole 11 years, amateur, professional, and I work with only like a few people, Finchley ABC and GB Boxing. And these guys have been with me, developing me, and it was about time that we all came together with the support I had from Under Armour, and we kind of packaged everything we had learned, and we're trying to express ourselves, even for me as a fighter, because in my culture, you know, I'm Nigerian heritage, I can't talk back to the adults. I can't say anything. Yes, dad. No, dad. Mum. Yeah, no. Yeah. So when my coach is telling me run 10 miles and I'm beaten up, I could never express that with my coach. I'd just be like, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes. So it's just about expressing, bringing ourselves together in certain situations, being under pressure, how you deal with these things. So boxing is, what I'm saying is that's just a title. What the underlying factor is communication, the discipline, dealing with pressure, and you can take that across any field, not only sports, and that's what kind of that was about, is building up the next phase of my career as a person, not just a fighter.
Yes. Yes. Microphone in there, please.
This is for AJ, Valeria Rubino, V-Sport, Corriere della Sera. Anthony, you said you don't want to be a legend. Who is Anthony Joshua today, and who do you want to be in 10 years?
Who is Anthony Joshua today? That's a good question. Yeah, I don't really want to be a legend because I just fade off after sport and just be a family man, which is important to me. Who is Anthony Joshua today? Currently a fighter, a serious fighter, serious about my life. And in the future, I'm going to use my resources, my opportunity and my knowledge to give back to a lot of younger kids, I think. And it sounds boring, right? But through my opportunities, right now, I always believe charity starts at home. So you've got to take care of your family, number one. And then once all your family is uplifted and your friends are in a position, your cousins and stuff, then we can look out to help other people. So that's what I'll be doing in the next 10 years. But right now is about fighting.
Yeah, Andrew Rosario, New York Beacon. Andy, what did you take away from your only loss, and what is it going to take for you to come out the champion on Saturday night?
I think I learned a lot, you know, from the Parker fight, having to work hard, training harder, especially moving trainers with Manny Robles. Learned a lot from him, carrying the speed, the movement that I need to win on June 1st, and it's going to be a hell of a fight.
Any further questions from the media? One more. Got a microphone down here, guys, to the front, please.
Hi, Anthony. Jimmy from Boxing Action Magazine. Talk about your training, and also if you had to change anything because of the different opponent that was in between your training.
So training, we do a lot of running, a lot of sparring. If you had to pick two things for me, you know, if I was a coach and I was looking at my fight, I'd make sure he does his road work and I'll make sure he does his sparring, so we do a lot of that. The good thing is with my coach is that as much as I love boxing, so, you know, when I'm on the internet, I really only look at boxing. I don't even really like sport anyway. I don't watch basketball, I don't watch soccer, I don't really follow NFL, cricket, baseball. I just like boxing, so I watch a lot of boxing. So with that, I kind of study a lot of other fighters and stuff. But we always just work on myself. Like my coach looks at me and he's like, Josh, this hand's low, that hand's low, relaxing the upper torso, da-da-da-da. So we've always just practiced on myself. The only change...
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah.
Is when we was looking for another opponent, as if Luis Ortiz...
Fucking great snooze off over here.
I would have had to have changed to practice for a southpaw. But other than that, my coach has always been developing me as a person. Like Andy over here had 105 amateur fights, won 100 of them.
Yeah, we won. Yeah.
Basically undefeated fighter. He had a great fight with Joseph Parker. He's very experienced. My career's been a lot shorter than that. So my coach has been drilling me, working on fundamentals and basics. So the only changes we tend to make is not so much towards an opponent. It's only if he was to...
Maybe Ruiz should throw some shit, throw something.
My coach is just solely focused on making me a better fighter. And I like that approach because I feel like this. If anything ever goes wrong, I don't blame, like say, oh, he was better than me. It's just down to me to get better. I've lost.
Shannon Briggs should show up.
My third fight against Dylan. I lost in the World Championships final, and I lost in the European quarterfinal. And I never kind of said that person was better than me. I just blamed myself, and I thought I need to work harder and smarter. So that's like how me and my coach work in the gym.
Big Baby Miller should show up and like start knocking shit over. But he should show up skinny.
Anthony, the American public have seemed, the boxing public have really seemed to embrace you being over here. Is it going to become a common theme of Anthony Joshua fighting in the US? Or is
they should be like, oh my God, you know he's lost so much weight.
If you're winning, you can fight anywhere in the world. Look, UK has been with me from the start, from grassroots, so I'll never forget where home is and where I'm fighting. But as a world champion, you have to fight around the world, so there's no problem with me. As I said, I love boxing because all you need is a ring, a coach, and a boxing bag. And we can take
they playing it safe.
Training camp like we did to Miami, New York. We can fight anywhere in the world, so there's no problem with me fighting around the world, but I'll never forget where my home is and where the base is for me, and that's in UK. Also, what's good about fighting in UK, I think, is the emerging talent that's coming up as well. Some people are showcasing their skills on Saturday.
No, it was tight with this press conference. It was tight.
Nice to have some respect.
Like, honest to God, I was shocked that I got accepted. Honest to God.
American champions fight for
America.
We fight
I never gave them no shit. So my job is to cover the motherfucking sport.
In UK as well.
PBC haven't been giving me no issues for real lately either. It's like we haven't had no issues with PBC. We had credentials for all their fights.
Yeah, one more question here.
Even heard J-Rock.
Anthony J. Aaron Siegel with FightHype.com. The closer that this fight gets and the more that the public gets to know who Andy Ruiz is, I think the more excitement there is for this fight, and the more of I think people are viewing this as maybe a closer fight than the Big Baby Miller fight. Do you agree that this? Do you agree with that assessment that this might have even been the better fight to begin with?
Good question. That's a very good.
Yeah, we had we had we're getting we haven't had no issues with
Give me a little easy fight with
probably.
You know, but that boy wasn't gonna make it easy with all them drugs in his body. You know, that would have been a proper scrap. Like that, I was, you know, when I look back, I thought, you know,
We ain't been having no
guy
issues.
and all that, fine. I don't think he's a good boxer. But it would have been a proper scrap with all them PEDs in his system. But it is what it is. It would have to break him down anyway. But that's a question that you have to ask Eddie. I don't know why we would have overlooked Ruiz. I don't know. That's a good question. But I think what it is that, in my opinion, Miller's with the zone. And he's promoted by Eddie. So it works well. It's easy to make. With Andy, he's with a different advisor and so on. So I don't know why he didn't go direct there. But sometimes it's easy to do good business with people in your stable as well. Hence why Miller was a competitor. Interestingly, Miller and Ruiz were going to fight previously, so it's like the same. We're all on the same playing field. Ruiz, Miller, myself, we're all fighting for the same cause, trying to be the best in our division. So I'm glad I'm fighting Ruiz as well, because he will bring out the best
That is
in me
true.
in terms of his style. You know, he uses attributes well, comes forward off the line. His left hook is one of his best punches. It's hurting a lot of people, and it's what comes after that as well. Miller wasn't gonna. I don't think he can box as well as Ruiz, in my opinion. But as I said, with everything that was inside of him, would have made it a good fight.
Just to comment on that as well, I do think it's a tougher fight than Jarrell Miller. I think the Miller fight was made for a couple of reasons. One, it was a good fight. Two, he does work with the zone. And three, there was that genuine beef between them, and that was evident in the build-up. But I do.
My ankle's still fucked.
Than Jarrell Miller. Right. We're going to do one more picture up here now with the two fighters and the belts, and then we're going to break for more media, and we'll see the weigh-in tomorrow. The doors will open at 2:30 at Madison Square Garden. A message to the UK fans coming over: we made the weigh-in 3:30 p.m. so the flights coming in to New York will all get a chance to see the weigh-in. Please register for tickets. I think we're at about 4,000 plus tickets already, and we've only got about another 1,000 in the capacity we have for the garden. So it's going to be full up. It's completely free. Just register for tickets, and we'll see you for a great atmosphere tomorrow and a wonderful event on Saturday night. Thank you very much.
So the last words between the fighters exchanged before they meet on Saturday night. And Darren, I think we kind of forget sometimes, because Anthony Joshua is such an established champion. He holds himself like a champion. He's got 3 of the 4 belts. That he's still had less than 25 fights, and he's still learning.
He's still learning on the job, and most important, he's still in love with the game. You know, you can see a lot of these guys that win these sort of titles and do what he's done at such a young age and with such minimal experience, that they sort of they lose their hunger a little bit. With Anthony Joshua, it's just only the start. You know, he wants to keep going on. He wants to go on leap and bounds and wants to unify the division. He's desperate to do that. And you know, he spoke there. He's got his coach Robert McCracken. Is very grounded and will keep Anthony Joshua grounded and keep him motivated. And like he says, they've been working on improving Anthony Joshua as a fighter. They still think there's more to be learned.
Yeah, we're going to talk after the press conference. They're about to do the face-offs.
You know, he's an impressive,
and we're going to talk about everything.
Impressive character, and like I said before in the earlier chat, I think the Americans are going to take to him very well.
4 topics.
You mentioned Rob McCracken.
Obviously, Joshua Ruiz, the heavyweight division. Wilder Ortiz 2. PBC for sale. And random topics like Pacquiao versus Thurman. And Adrian Broner and Leo Santa Cruz return, and Gary Russell possibly going to the zone.
Based on having a solid coach-athlete relationship for an entire career.
Personally, I think it's huge. You know, having that stability and having that trust and companionship with your coach is so important, because boxing is a very, very, very lonely sport. You see Anthony Joshua and the glitz and the glamour here But I'm telling you now, when he goes back to the gym, it's lonely. It's
You see those banners? I like banners like that. I don't like when you can see like the wall and shit like that, like PVC shit be sometimes. I don't like it. Like the camera shouldn't pick that shit up.
It was very important for me. And though you see the big smiles there, and most fighters try and give a lot of bravado, a lot of us are insecure. You know, there's vulnerabilities there, and coaches have a big part to play on the mental side of things also.
Andy Ruiz on the right of the picture there, opportunity of a lifetime for him. And, well, as the old saying goes, Darren, sometimes when opportunity knocks, you've got to answer that door, and he has.
Yeah.
Look how small he looked compared to AJ.
Though he has motivations of being a heavyweight world champion, he has motivations of
He gave him the belts. Look, he just gave. That's a bad. You're not supposed to do that.
Holding the belts, he's getting a glimpse of what's on the line. You know, to me,
What? I never seen no shit like this.
You know, we see some of these great smaller Mexican fighters, and Adam Smith mentioned a few of them: Morales, Barrera, Marquez. But you don't.
What did he just do?
And for him to be the opportunity to be the first.
What type of bitch shit is
A
this?
huge fighting country. To be the
I ain't never seen no shit like
what
this.
motivation do you need?
And it has to be said, Darren, as well.
What the fuck
Certainly a very limited chance.
did he just
Joshua would
do?
have done the same thing he's just done now to Jarrell Miller. He wouldn't have handed those belts over. So there's
I
huge
feel-
respect there, and you know that these two will shake hands at the end of this and after the final belt.
Yeah, do you know what? There is definitely respect there, and I totally believe in what Anthony Joshua is saying. I do believe he thinks Ruiz is a better fighter, and do you know what? I think he's a better fighter. I think Miller is tougher, not tougher, just more physically stronger than Ruiz, but I do think he's a better fighter. You know, he's got very, very quick hands for a heavyweight. You know, he's a lot smaller than Anthony Joshua, so he's going to have to rely on movement and speed of hand and foot. But you know, he's look at that. I mean, all the marbles bar one.
And
I feel offended, dirty, and disrespectful.
Memory from the IBF, that kind of short notice shot against Charles Martin, where he was the guy that took the opportunity with both hands and took the step up. And I guess perhaps that's probably why
We're gonna go check out AK and Barack in a minute.
Of course, the WBA added against
This is the Matchroom stream.
fight in which he probably learned the toughest lesson of his career. Now, you have the privilege of being able to call yourself a champion of the world. You won the IBF against Daniel Gear in Atlantic City. You said 2014 or 13?
13, mate.
I would never let nobody touch my belt.
To a horrendous body shot. There are certain
Don't
moments
touch
in
my
a
shit.
fighter's life, I guess, Darren, you only can learn in the ring.
I'd be mad. I'd call him a
What do you think he
motherfucker.
would learn against Vladimir Klitschko?
Do you know what? I'm sure he was the same as me. I learned that I had heart and I had